Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
A mother trying to control her son's alone time. I'm 15 years old. My family has a strong religious background. I appreciate it, but I'm 15 and occasionally I have to, rub one out. I try not to, but I can't focus on anything else if I don't. And it'll become worse if I see a lovely female. It practically seems like napping to me, and I can't function until I do it. I'm not sure whether I'm normal or not. I'm quite embarrassed about it. But I guarantee I'm not lying. My mother isn't convinced. My father is no longer around, so I can't ask him whether this is a male thing. Anyway, my mother has done everything to convince me to quit. For example, she removed my door. She grounded me and all that. I attempt to cover it up so she gives up, but now she's decided to buy some type of gadget and strap it to me so I can't touch myself. She seems serious, which would not be out of character for her. She also does strange things, such as not allowing us to eat on Fridays because of Jesus. I try to respect that, but every now and then I go for a bike ride and buy some food. I start to become hungry. What I'm curious about is if I may refuse to wear her equipment. I'm quite sure I'll lose my phone, she'll probably sell it, and I won't be able to get it back, and other things if I refuse, but I believe being without my phone for a bit is acceptable. I want my academics to be good so that I can go to college and have some control over myself, which I won't be able to accomplish if I'm continuously hot and bothered by every lady. I see, because, well, So sure, this is a little awkward. I hope I don't have to reveal any personal information to anybody here. I am from Ohio and attend a private school. Story 2. The Ashley Madison Scandal, Cheating Spouses, Divorce, and Sadly Suicide. Ashley Madison is a dating service for those who are in civil unions or who are married. The website is used for affairs, and one-night stands among other things. Despite the fact that many people see this as a contentious dating app, it has over 70 million members, with the married dating site's major goal being enabling married individuals to cheat on their other half. I believe the initial idea as to why there are so many users on this website is because many are just dissatisfied or unsatisfied in their relationships and marriages. However, despite the fact that this is more or less the case for many, the number of numbers for this website actually increased when, in 2015, a horrible data breach was made by hackers on the Ashley Madison website, revealing 32 million cheating spouses into the open. This forced their husbands to learn about their secrets and indiscretions, resulting in breakups, divorces, and, in the worst cases, death. This triggered a chain of events in the lives of the 32 million users. Despite Ashley Madison's obvious recovery, some others did not. A small number of suicides have been linked to the Ashley Madison scandal. Ashley Madison has offered a $500,000 reward for information on the hackers, and the Toronto Police Department has designated the hackers as the impact team. I want to make it very plain to you that your acts are criminal, and we will not tolerate them, said Superintendent Bryce Evans of the Toronto Police Department. One of the alleged suicides was a priest in Louisiana. Following his death, his wife talked to the media and revealed that his name was discovered among the names on the site's list of individuals, and he killed himself. She claims that she would have forgiven her husband and that God would have as well. One man's experience with the website, he claimed he talked to a lady who was hesitant to leave her spouse and used the Ashley Madison website to make her decision. He also said he spoke to others who simply wanted no connection and weren't in a relationship. He claims his rationale for cheating was genuine. He claims he and his wife had been married since they were 19 and had children, but they were not sleeping together. He goes on to state that he had affairs after they married, a succession of one-night encounters, months, and occasionally year-long affairs that spanned over 30 years. He continued to date him and his wife. They were good friends, but something was lacking. After joining Ashley Madison to add some spice to his relationship, he interacts with a variety of individuals, both real and not. He eventually meets someone who he describes as precious to him. They had things in common like books and would talk on the phone, but like him, she had a family her husband and her lacked also the missing thing their relationship. so there was an element to the relationship, but he states they did not sleep together. He said it was a safe method to conduct an affair, and following the leak, he stopped communicating to the lady and never used Ashley Madison again, and his wife was never made aware of the affairs. Ashley Madison now has twice the number of users she had at the time of the breach and continues to strive as new connections grow apart from the ones they have at home. Story 3. Worried that wife may be cheating. I, 27 male, have been married to my wife, 29 female, for about 2 years and have been together for around 7 years. A little background information. Wife has always been secretive about her phone. She had previously been in an abusive, controlling relationship, so that's what I ascribed it to. She has a friend group, see below, with whom she has group chats, but she also messages her straight friend, see below, privately. She has a lot of man pals, including ex-boyfriends, but she never sees them in person and instead messages them as friends. Please accept my apologies for the lengthy article. We recently, 1.5 years ago, moved away from our hometown for my job, and it's been difficult for my wife to not have immediate access to some of her support systems, such as family and friends, because even though we try to make the drive once or twice a month to see them, it's not as often as it used to be. My wife has made the journey alone on a few of times so that she may go out to the clubs with her buddy group, straight male, gay male, straight female. I don't go because I want her to have fun, and clubbing was never really my thing. I support her because I understand how difficult the move has been, and I have no objections as long as she lets me know how she's doing during the night and where she's staying, which she has tried to do, but is spotty with her texts at best. I also kind of understand because I want her to have fun and not worry about texting all the time. Now fast forwards to the present. Like New Year's Eve approaches, we discuss our plans. I told her I didn't have any ideas but would want to spend it with her as we normally do. She tells me that she has been planning to meet her pals for New Year's Eve at one of her friends' residences, gay male, since his parents would be gone for the night and she would really want to attend. After some additional talk and me communicating my disappointment and grief, she adds that she spends virtually all day every day with me, and that she would want to take advantage of the chance to visit her friends, and she chooses to go. I remind her to keep me informed, and she continues on her way. Now, when she arrives at her location, she contacts me to say her plans have changed. Her friend's home, where she was supposed to stay, was no longer an option since the friend's parents were not feeling well and believed they should all isolate for precautionary reasons. Her other friend, F, was spending the night in a hotel with her boyfriend, so she chose to stay at her final friend's, straight male, place. Apparently, they were bringing a few more of his pals over, as well as his housemates, shared house. I've always been wary of this buddy since her texts to him have always been distinct from her group chats, but I've never read any of her phone calls. She is aware of my reservations about this buddy and her being alone with him, particularly if they are sleeping alone in the same room. The night continues on, with just sporadic generic messages from her. Get a New Year's message with hearts, but that's about it. The next morning, she claims her vehicle is parked in the driveway because others who slept over parked behind her. Okay, believable. Time passes, and she doesn't text again until about 4:30, when she finally announces they're gone and she can leave. When she returns home, I ask her what occurred during the party. They listened to music, she says, and she watched him play video games and watch Twitch.tv, which is weird because she hates video games. When I inquired where she ended up sleeping, she said on a mattress on the floor of her friend's room, which he keeps just in case someone spends the night. I express my dissatisfaction once again, and she justifies herself by stating, "What was I supposed to do? Drive home? We live around 3 hours away." We converse and drink a little that night, and I attempt to initiate with her. She refused my attempts and said, "We had 3 days ago, what are you doing?" She became enraged and said she always feels like the bad person when she refuses. To be quite honest, I have a habit of becoming lost in my own thoughts. I don't want to overreact, but I also don't want to underreact and end up being on. I feel like I should ask to view her conversation logs with this man, but they're on Snapchat, so they may be erased. And knowing her personality, she wouldn't want that at all. Any answer is much appreciated.